Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in Small Business Saturday. I want to talk to you today about investing in yourself. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is one key. This is the one key. Now, other than all of the blessings and favor that come with work, this is the one key that will change your life. This is what changed my life. And a lot of people don't want to hear this. And a lot of people don't understand what investing in yourself even means. But understand this. I saw this just happen in March. In March, the stock market crashed. It was terrible. I have money in stocks. There's people that I know who lost millions, some lost billions in the stock market. And I was talking to a guy who is a billionaire, and he was telling me, he was like, you got to understand, people lost millions and billions of dollars in this crash that happened. And guess what? In March 2020, my birthday month, it was my best month ever in my entrepreneurial journey. And I've been an entrepreneur since 2007. It's 2020. March 2020 was my best month ever, and the stock market was shoo. And I remember telling one of my partners, I got a partner who is a billionaire. He's a billionaire family, and he himself multi-millionaire and will be a billionaire. I was telling him years ago, probably 2011, 2012, I told him I'm a better investment than the stock market. That me investing in myself and my gifts and my talents is something that I can control, is something that I can scale. Whereas that stock market, I could put all my money there and I never know when something like this gonna happen. I could try to predict it, but you'll be wrong 9 times out of 10. And I said, what happened if you dumping all of your money into this market, and then when you getting ready to retire, you lose 40-50% of your retirement? And people saying, just hold it, don't sell, just hold it, don't sell. But what about the people who just lost 40% and they 70, they 75? You see what I'm saying? But when you invest in yourself, it's different, because investing in yourself isn't just about money, it's about legacy. And that's what I try to help people understand. It's about legacy. See, nobody's gonna remember you when you die. Nobody's gonna remember you based on your stock market performance. Nobody's gonna remember you based on your corporate job and what you did on that corporate job and how you climbed the ranks and you went from associate, entry-level associate, to manager, to supervisor, to superintendent, the CFO, COO, CEO, vice president, president. Nobody's gonna remember that. You gone, you replaced the next week. Nobody remembers that. But when you invest in yourself, what happens is you shift, you change the trajectory of your lineage. Those who are coming after you, who will wear your last name or carry your DNA, even if the last name change, guess what? You just shifted the mindset. You just shifted and changed your legacy when you invest in you. So in the beginning, investing in you means time. It's just going to be time. Time will always be an irreplaceable investment. You cannot replace the time. Now, what you got to understand is that time in the beginning. I remember when I started out, 2007, I was writing my book. It was 2006. I maybe had the idea, started getting towards it. Then 2007, I remember after I wrote my book, my first book, What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl, all I had to invest was time. So I got on free conference calls. It was this guy who was doing free conference calls. He's still doing the same thing today. And I would listen to this guy free conference call, white guy. And I was introduced to him by a lady, a black lady out of Detroit who did PR. And she was interviewing people. I heard him sign up on his mailing list. He do free conference calls, and you know sales funnels, the way they get you, free conference call or free webinar, and then it's a sale at the end. They give, what I learned is that on these free webinars, I don't do free webinar. I do free YouTube videos. I don't do free webinars. What I learned is that on these free webinars, they give you all of the information. They give you all the information because they're trying to show value. So they're going to give you all the information on the free webinar, and then at the end, they're going to sell you something for $1,400 to $10,000. And if you buy that, it's the same information they just gave you. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, it ain't nowhere in the world. It ain't nowhere in the world. Oh, that's on my phone. You gave me all this information, and then you got more to give me. And I couldn't afford it. You know why? Because my bills was $2,500 a month and my income was $1,200 a month. So when you first get started, you might not have a lot of money to invest, but you invest by getting the knowledge. You listening. You get all the free knowledge. I did all the free podcasts, all the free conference calls, all the free webinars, all the free YouTube videos. And then guess what? In the free, I learned that I could publish a book. I had to make an investment to publish that book. It was $1,600. My wife actually invested in me from her refund check from school. Then my mom invested in me to order 100 copies of the book, which was like $700. Those things have changed now. I put that new information in my course, Birth Your Book, because there was not a course like that. See, my Birth Your Book course is $97. That is dirt cheap compared to what I teach in Birth Your Book. When I was trying to write my book, the guys out there that was doing it, they was all Caucasian males, and they were charging $5,000. For what I charged $97 for, they was charging $5,000. You know why? Because in this industry, it's a bunch of sharks, and it's all about greed. Because all they thinking about is how much money can I make. People ask me, and people have told me, black people, white people, Asian people, Hispanic people have told me, Tony, your price is too cheap. I said, I'm not worrying about trying to gouge people for money. I wanted to have a price on it so you make an investment, but I'm not trying to charge the market, the going rate on the market, because the more you charge, then the more you're going to come under scrutiny, because you ain't got that much value to be given. And a lot of this stuff could be found on Google for free. So you're charging out of greed. And there was nobody like me when I was coming up. So it just was sharks in the water. I had transitioned from the street life. So I know a shark when I see a shark, because I was out there playing a game of life and death. So being out there to where anything goes, when I came over here, I could see right through people. I could see right through these people over here. And so this is what I need you to understand. In the first, what you do, you consume everything that's free from everybody who giving it. In that, then you're gonna be able to find out who you can trust. You're gonna be able to tell who is living with purpose and who is just pursuing profit. The real will be separated from the fake. Then that's where you make your investment. So what you're gonna see is, you will see some books, $3 to $25, small investment. Then you will see some courses. The prices range. I got courses that's free, got courses that's $5. My most expensive course is $1,000. Y'all forgive me. It's not that much if you put the coupon code. So I'm still giving a discount. Now listen, after you see that whoever you choose, then you're gonna see one-on-one help. If you want one-on-one help. When I see the people I needed help from, they don't do one-on-ones. They don't do one-on-ones. You know why? Because they've been taught don't trade your time for money, because what they focus on is money. But one thing you cannot, when you live a life of purpose, you don't get beyond one-on-one interaction, because that's legacy. That's purpose. So if somebody says, I want to make the investment in myself to talk to Tony Gaskins one-on-one, I have that option available, because I believe in legacy and purpose. I ain't worried about just scaling. Because that's just money focused. I'm not worried about trying to just make so much money that I could be in Tahiti on the water. Because if you on Tahiti on the water, you dying. You not living. That ain't vacationing, ain't living. See, purpose, greatness is service. So you need to be in the trenches. That's where you're trying to get to when you're trying to build based on purpose. So guess what? A lot of people built based on profit. March was a terrible month. I built based on purpose. What am I doing? Is what I'm doing connected to my life's calling? Not just a money-making venture. Is what I'm doing connected to my life's calling? Is what I'm doing making the lives of others better? March was my best month. So understand this. It comes from self-investment. So here's what's going to happen. I had to invest the time. Then I had to invest the money. Then you invest in time and money. But what's happening is you adding little things. You adding little things so that you can get the knowledge. So I had to invest in the books. Then I got to the point where I was investing in the seminars. Then I got to the point where I was investing in the courses. Then I got to the point where I was investing in the monthly memberships. Sometimes I will invest in a monthly membership. Let me see how this thing ran. See how this ran. Let me see this. I remember I paid $1,000 for an online course. I never finished the course. That's what a lot of course makers, that's why they charge what they charge, just because they know 50% or more of the people not even gonna finish it. And then this is what they do. What the goal is they give you so much just content, just that they could get from India. They could hire people in India or Bangladesh or Pakistan. They go to other countries where the dollar just convert crazy. And they get those people and they say, look, write me a textbook or write me a worksheets. And these people so smart. What an American will charge you $100 for over there in another country, you paying $5 for, $10 for. What American will charge you, if American will charge you $100,000 for an app, in India you get that same app for under $8,000. So that's what they do. They get all this information, put it in the course, and you go get in the course and you just flood it to where it's so daunting. It's so many videos, it's so many modules, it's so much to read. You're like, I can't get through this. You bumped into a shark. So that's why you got to consume all of the free first to fill a person out. Then you strategically make investments. And the cheap stuff ain't always the good stuff. Sometimes just a hook to get you in there. But you test that out. At the end of the day, this is what I said to myself. If I don't gain anything from the course, I at least learned what not to do. You're going to learn something. You're going to learn what to do or what not to do. You're going to learn who you want to be in the marketplace, in your business, and who you don't want to be. That's what you're going to learn. But your best investment is going to be in you. So what I mean by that is, you see this t-shirt? This is an investment. It probably cost me $100, $200. I print up I don't know, 10, 20 of these shirts. So you see me with this shirt, I ain't wearing the same shirt every day. I bought 2 weeks worth of them. So I could wear this for 2 weeks, and then when I wear this, it go in the washer, so it's washed before I need it again. This investment in me. A lot of people don't think like that. One of my coaches that's on mymentor.life, one of my coaches hit me up and said, hey Tony, I had another session. Hey, I've had 12 sessions in the month of March by being a coach on mymentor.life, and my clients told me they found me from this t-shirt that you wear on your videos. You see how me investing in me brings a return, because that coach is on mymentor.life at $20 a month. $20 a month is not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, but it is something. It is something. It is a sacrifice for some people. And so I made it as cheap as I could make it. $19.99. This is as low as I could make this, because of the tens of thousands it costs to build this site and what it's going to cost to market it and to run it. $19.99, the lowest I can make it. If you abundant minded, you see that as a small cost. Here's my lesson to you. When you invest in yourself, don't feel like just because it's expensive, it's worth something. Don't feel like just because it's cheap, it's not worth anything. Because people who operate from purpose, not trying to gouge you on prices. That's a tactic to charge more money to make it seem like it's more valuable. And we buy into that. I'm smarter than that. I'm doing seminars and I want to give the people a notepad and a pen. You know where I get that notepad and the pen from? From the dollar store. Because that notepad and pen work the same as it does as if I wanted to buy it for $50 a notepad at Neiman Marcus. I'm not no fool to think that, oh, this piece of cloth that costs 20 cents, just because you put this brand on it, now it's all of a sudden worth that. Now, if I buy that I know I'm flushing money down the toilet. But truthfully, when you see them in these videos in them black t-shirt, that black t-shirt comes from Walmart. That's like a Fruit of the Loom or a Hanes t-shirt. Now, it's black t-shirts that cost $100. I could afford the $100 t-shirt, but why am I gonna do that? And it's the same piece of cloth. You see what I'm saying? So when you invest in yourself, you gotta invest wisely. You invest wisely. And you invest in the things that you need. You want to write a book? Watch my video on how to self-publish a book. If that is not enough for you, then get the Birth Your Book course. If that is not enough for you, then sign up for one-on-one consulting. This is what I mean by investing. You invest in writing your book. You invest in your business cards. Invest in your website. Invest in your t-shirts. Invest in your one-on-one coaching. Invest in starting your LLC. That might mean going to your local CPA, or you can just go to a website like llc.com. My first company, I formed my LLC on LegalZoom.com. That's not an affiliate. That's not an ad. I'm just telling you where I use. My first book, I published it through Author House, which I don't know if they changed their name now. They got some lawsuits. They was kind of scamming, but that's what that's who I went through. They still making money off of me today, selling my first book. I told them to take it out of print. They left it in print. They still got it in print. Still making money. Why? They running a scam. After that, my knowledge, my investing, my Google researching. See, Google was my consultant, because there was nobody doing one-on-one coaching when I got started in 2007. It was not a thing. There was nobody really offering that, especially at an affordable price. My one-on-one rate is $275 an hour. It's people who ain't built the business, that maybe they built the YouTube, that I done reached out to, and they charging $400-500 an hour. The audacity. But that's how some people are. They just think about money, think about who lives they touching. Their time ain't even that valuable, because they ain't got that much value to give. I ain't 30 years old. charging $350, $400 an hour because they're thinking about how much money can I make. Those people gonna fail. Those people gonna end up lonely and miserable because they focus on money. If all you doing is chasing money, you will always be lacking. You gotta identify purpose. What are you doing to help somebody better their life? And I charge $275 an hour. That's probably 10% of what I earn per hour. So when I get on the phone with somebody, I'm technically losing a lot of money. But what I do is I just minimize those hours. I may do that for 4 hours a week, max 8 hours a week. And so the rest, if I do that 8 hours a week, then I still have 160 hours in that week that I can do something with. But I believe in keeping my finger on the pulse and working one-on-one. So in your get this understanding that while you're investing in yourself, look for purpose-driven teachers. And in each space, in whatever space you're going into, look for purpose-driven teachers, people that you can tell who are not greedy, who are not selfish, and who give away the knowledge. When everything I wanted to do, I couldn't find a course that'll give me all of the knowledge, 100%. That's why my courses give 100%. That's why when you come to my live certification training, I'm actually showing you the other ways, the different ways that I monetize as a life coach, and I'm showing you what I'm earning. You can ask the students who done sat in my class. I told them don't share the numbers, but I show them the actual earnings because I'm giving to them, showing them. And a lot of people don't operate with that transparency, and that's what you have to understand. If you're going to invest in yourself and you're going to build your brand, you got to be rooted in purpose, and you got to be real and transparent. I used to say real, raw, and relevant. Real, raw, and relevant. The 3 R's. Real, raw, and relevant. That's what you got to understand. Now, listen, you cannot. I remember the lady said to me, she said, Tony, one day you're going to have to spend some money. It was a PR lady who I listened to her free conference call. On that free call, the man said, he talked about writing a book. Got that for free, wrote my book. He talked about if you write a book, you can become a coach. Got that for free, became a coach. Then on a later call, he said, if you coach one-on-one, you could do group coaching. I did group coaching. See, listen, I thought about, and this is what you got to do when you invest. When you invest your time and or your money, you then got to make it work for you. It's so many people that write in and they need you to tell them every single step of the way. If I give you my blueprint, when I'm no longer accessible, you stuck, dead in the water. That's why you don't copy somebody else's blueprint. You make it make sense to you. There's so many people that done come to me trying to sell me this system. Tony, we could do this for your business. We could do this for your business. We could do this. And I say, yeah, but then I will always need you. The way that I'm doing it, I only need me. I only need to depend on me. I know how to update my website, TonyGadsden.com. I know how to update TonyGadsden'sAcademy.com. I know how to update my mentor.life. My mentor.life, it run itself. It run itself. We built it, and I didn't build it to where it's a bunch of moving parts to where I need this whole team fixing bugs every day. There ain't no bugs in it because we built it on a steady platform. And so this is what you got to understand. With this here free, you could take and apply it. You can apply the free knowledge and then use that to make you some money. And then when you start making money, then you can go and invest the money into that next level of learning. That master. See, grade school, you got your high school diploma free. Then you took and you invest money to get that bachelor's. You use that to make you some money, and you can invest and get your master's, your doctorate. Or you making investments, or you getting a loan and to get to the place to go make some money. Same way at work in business. I got a loan from my mama for my first 100 books. I got a loan from my wife for $1,600 for my first book. Guess what? The companies we've built, my wife is now on salary. She makes 6 figures from the company. She invested in me $1,600. The return on that investment is crazy with what she making. So you might have to get a loan. People come, oh, I ain't got the money. You ain't got no friend or no family member that love you. Like, don't come in here asking for free now. We done made it cheap as it could be made. And so do what you got to do. If you got to go flip burgers and take that money. Let me tell you what kind of investment I made. When I bought that $1,000 course, that was on the back of a $300 conference ticket. I went to a conference. This man popped up on he was doing ads on Facebook or somewhere. It popped up. He got a conference. It's right next to my city. I go in there. Let me see what he's talking about. Can't hurt. I'm gonna be doing big conferences like this one day. Let me see what this man talking about. Go in there. He arrogant. He condescending. I'm on color people time, so I'm like 2 minutes late. The whole room is full. And so I got to walk all the way up back to the front to find a seat. He look at me, start talking to me about, people being late. So now I'm ready to punch him in the mouth because he done pinpoint me over something that's trivial, but it's his ego. He a miniature Tony Robbins up there. He want to be Tony Robbins up there. And so he up there talking. Although it's coming from a place of arrogance and a place of just needing to be special, I still listened to what was said on that stage and I applied it to my life. I didn't see it as a waste of $300. The conference was 3 days. I stayed the first day, maybe not even the whole first day. I got what I needed in that first day. I realized it wasn't for me. I ain't gonna ask for no refund because I'm not the type. I'm shy. I'm quiet. I'm an introvert. So I'm not the type to be at these conferences where you got to be standing up, dancing, hooping and hollering, and you got to be sitting in groups talking. I don't do all that. I want to come, sit down, and learn. Don't try to take up time by having me in this group talking because you ran out of content. Stand up there and teach. And so that's how I run my seminar. I stand up there and teach. I ain't taking up time with the raggedy exercises and music and dancing. I'm teaching. I'm giving you meat and potatoes. It was a guy went up there to talk. He went up there to talk and he talked about his little course that he does. And it was decent little course, decent little talk. His course $1,000. He sold it in the back of the room. I went back there, filled out the form with my debit card information. I say, man, look, don't charge me till Monday now. Don't charge me till Monday. I ain't got the money right now. Charge me on Monday. I ain't had the money in my business account on Monday either. But because hundreds of thousands of dollars had gone through that business account, then the Bank of America let me go over. They'll let me go over, like they'll let a $5,000 charge go through just because of the volume that had gone through there. So even though I hadn't had volume go through there, I still was maxing out. I take my earnings, I feed my family, and then I dump everything back in the business. I send my accounts into negative making investments. Guess what? I ain't got to do that no more. That man charged me for that $1,000 course. I think I had $105 in that account. I was negative $900. Now I was able to get it back up to date, but I went in the negative $900 for a course. Guess what? With the knowledge that I learned on that course, I was able to use that knowledge in a coaching package. And in that coaching package made me over $6,000 from the knowledge that I got from that $1,000. And then I was able to continue to repurpose that content and use it and continue to earn money in other coaching packages. So that investment yielded a return. And that's what I want you to understand, that when you invest in you, a return is going to come. I had the vision and I said, listen, I want to be able to help people, but I want to be able to earn while I'm asleep. So I created TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. You have these same type of ideas, but you afraid. You know how much TonyGaskinsAcademy.com cost me? Now, to build it, I built it myself. The investment came in shooting the courses. So I had to make that investment to pay the camera guy to shoot it and to edit it. I took it bare minimum, kept it simple. Inside of the courses, it's not a bunch of graphics and stuff popping on the screen. I ain't doing all that, because you don't need all that. You just need the meat and potatoes. So I'm giving you the meat and potatoes, and I'm investing in these courses. I probably got 10 to 15 courses. I got to pay for each course. Then I got to pay for the software that the site sit on every month. And then I just market it. But the return on investment is very great. I'm trying to see what the return is. Because so the investment in the courses, I make that entire investment back in a month or 2 months, because I invested my time to build my brand. See, that's the other thing. A lot of people, they say they want something. They say they want to build a business. They say they want to be somebody, but then they say out the same mouth, they say, I can't post on social media every day. If you can't post on social media every day, then you don't want to be successful. You don't want to build no brand. You don't want to build no brand if you can't post on social media. What is a post? You know what I just did? What I just did yesterday? I went on Fiverr. Fiverr.com, and I typed in Instagram quote cards in the search bar, and what you looking for, say what you looking for, type that in. Somebody said they'll make 50 quote cards for $65. So guess what? A social media manager. I've been looking for a social media manager for my mentor.life for the Instagram page. You know how much they want? A minimum of $1,000. And all I need to keep the motor running on my mentor.life is one post a day. Just so it's just hitting the algorithm, people hitting the like button, they see we out there. Just one post a day. So I could log in, or my assistant could log in, who is my wife. She worked with me. She the CEO, she the assistant, she the manager, she everything. She do a whole lot. And I could log in, she could log in, post 7:30 a.m. every day or 10:30 a.m. every day. One post a day, boom. 50 quote cards, that's get me through a month and a half. That get me through almost 2 months, a month and 3 weeks for $65. If I go and hire a social media manager, they're going to get the quote cards made for $65. They're going to put it on an automated posting schedule, and they're going to charge me $1,000 a month. So for them 2 months, I would have had to pay $2,000, and their expenses would have been $65. Why I can't take 5 seconds and post this myself? You see what I'm saying? When you building your brand, it's ways to build. People always come and say, oh, well, I want to own a community center. I want to own a community center and have kids. You trying to come up with a dream that big so that you have every excuse not to bring it to fruition, because you know good and well you can't get no community center right now. You know ain't no point in your life you gonna have the money to get a community center working on that job you own. But this what you can do. You could take, and if you want to make a financial investment, if you don't have the business knowledge, you could take and do a one-on-one session with somebody who done built a brand. And this what I tell you. This will save you the money on hiring me for the session. This is what I tell you. I say, you want a community center? It's what you need to do. Start a nonprofit organization. It's $150. Pay the IRS fee to be tax exempt. That's another $500. $600. Now you legal. Up no more than $1,000. You completely legal to receive donations. Sit down and make a proposal. What you want to do. You want to offer a summer camp. Write out the proposal. Take that proposal, give it to your pastor, give it to your law, give it to the lawyers in town, give it to the doctors in town, give it to your personal dentist, give it to your family health physician, give it to the pro athlete who came back home for his basketball camp that made it out your city, and then your son going to his camp or your daughter going to his camp or her camp. Give it to them at the basketball camp. You give it to everybody you know who can donate $100 or $10 or $10,000. And you take and you put that money in that business account. And what you go and do now, you go to the library and you get the room. You ask them, can you book their room? And you book that room for Saturday 10 a.m. to noon, or Wednesday 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or Friday 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. You go to your child's school, you go to the guidance counselor, and you ask the guidance counselor, do they have students that come from group homes or come from broken homes or bad situations? Because you have a nonprofit organization called Each One Reach One, and you would like to give your application, your one-page application, name, address, whatever else you want to put on there, to these moms or to the group home director, so that this student could be brought to the library to come to your self-esteem class. And now you got 3, 4, 5 students that's in your program. You raising money from people who can donate. That's buying your supplies. That's eventually gonna buy your van that you picking the students up. That's eventually gonna pay your salary, because you're gonna get to where you can raise $100,000, because now you're doing a charity event with the local comedian, with the local R&B singer. You're doing a charity event. You bringing out all the hobnobs, all the big wigs, and you raising money. Eventually, you able to pay yourself $30,000, $40,000 out of the $100,000 that you done raised, and you just using the library for free. But eventually, you're gonna be able to get your own building that you renting out for $700 a month. While you doing that, you building your credit. You're gonna be able to go get a loan to get a mortgage on your own building. That your mortgage only $700 a month, but now your organization own the building. You see what I'm saying? So for every big dream, there's a micro size of that dream. And even if it's no money involved, even if you can't afford the nonprofit incorporation, you still can go and talk to different single moms, single dads, and ask them that you've met them personally at the schoolhouse, because that's where your child go, and ask them, can their child be in your etiquette program, in your self-esteem program, in your character development program? You see what I'm saying? If you want to own a restaurant, guess what? Start selling plates in your neighborhood. On every Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, you selling plates. Your house is clean. Your neighbors know your house clean. They coming right in your house. They giving you $10 for a plate of food. You got the menu on the piece of paper. You take it to every house, every apartment, whatever you live in. You give it to everybody. Friday night, come in. Boom, here go your plate. Before you know it, you working a job, so all that's extra money. Next thing you know, you can afford the $700 a month to rent out the little window kitchen of your restaurant. So you have to take and make the initial investment. And that investment will be your time to get the knowledge, and then it'll be your money to get things in order. And guess what? Do not fear going broke investing in yourself. Listen what I'm telling you. Investing in yourself is not investing in a real estate syndication. No. Investing in yourself is not dumping all your money on the stock market. No. Investing in yourself is developing your skills, your gifts, your passions that you create from. That's what investing in yourself is. And don't be afraid to go broke investing in you. My wife will tell you. I would take my last $300-$400 to invest in creating a course. and I would launch that course to my social media. When I was building in 2010, 2011, 2012, I took the time every day to show up on social media. I was sending 17 tweets a day. It was quotes, 17 quotes a day. I just had a conversation with one of the top 5 motivational speakers in the world the other day because they used one of my quotes on his page without accrediting me. And it's because his team thought it was his. But no, that was my quote that I birthed, showing up every day to add value to the world. And now one of the top speakers in the world using my quote to motivate himself and his audience. Now he got similar stuff, but that right there come from my work, showing up. So because I showed up, guess what? And I'm giving value, it's going to build your following. Whatever you think you know, show up and give it. Shut up and show up. Shut up and show up. You think you know how to mentor the youth? Show up on YouTube mentoring the youth. Show up on Instagram mentoring the youth. You think you know how to cook? Show up on Instagram, show up on Facebook, show up on YouTube cooking. You think you know how to teach? You think you know how to coach? Show up and coach. Shut up and show up. When you show up for free and you giving something for free, the people gonna come for free. Then those people that you blessing, that you helping, they will want to see you blessed because you giving. It's some people who they say, Tony, I want to be a blessing to you. That's because they could see my heart. They could see my service. And guess what? When they bless me, they just shifted the universe. That now it's coming back to them. That's a universal law. That's in the Holy Bible, but that's a universal law. What you send out is coming back with 10 times. So if it's good, it's coming back 10 times better. If it's bad, it's coming back 10 times worse. You hear me? That's just how it works. So show up and invest in yourself. My wife could tell you, I would invest our last dime. I'll say, listen now, baby, this account finna go, shoot. We might even touch the negative. We going in the negative, okay? But listen, I done been showing up for free and giving. Now it's a group of people that they need more from me. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this money, take our last. I'm gonna rent this building over here. I'm gonna rent this building. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna pay this graphic designer to make me a flyer. And I'm gonna get on Eventbrite. I'm gonna put them tickets up. So the building gonna cost me $1,000. Traveling the hotel gonna cost me another $1,000 to $2,000. Graphic designer, that's just $50 to $75. And then I'm gonna post it online to my free. I started doing that in 2012. Then guess what? It'll bring back 2,000, then 4,000, then 5,000, then 8,000, then 10,000, then 20,000, then 25,000, then 30,000. It got up to over 30,000. Over 30,000 by me producing events that cost me 1,000 or 2,000. But for me to get to that place, it took me years of showing up, shutting up and showing up to do what I said I could do and what I'm called to do. That was an investment in myself because I had to invest the time. When I tell people I tweeted 17 times a day, they're like, what? Then when I tell people after tweeting 17 times a day, I got on Facebook and I posted 4 picture quotes a day on Facebook. And then after posting 4 picture quotes a day on Facebook, I got on Instagram and I posted 2 picture quotes a day on Instagram. And then I got to the place to where I was posting on Twitter 17 times a day, Facebook 4 times a day, and Instagram twice a day. Shut up and show up. And that's how I built my following, the 3 million followers online. I showed up and I utilized my gift in the space. So then I was able to then offer my paid products. Now you hear, guess what? Here go my book. Bless yourself on another level. Here go a book that I wrote. Here's a course that's not just going to help me. I'm teaching you what I did. Because you know why? When I came out and I was starting to build it, guess what? TD Jakes didn't have a course. Steve Harvey has no online courses. These are the people they told me to look up to. Les Brown has no online courses. Iyanla Vanzant has no online courses. Tony Robbins ain't have no online course, which I don't really, rock with his message. I really don't rock with nobody's message because God gave me my own message. But it was people who had built. So like Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, they had built what I wanted to build in the modern day. But guess what? Jim Rohn, no online courses. Zig Ziglar, no online courses. No, neither one of them. No books that lay out what they do. I wrote a book called The Dream Chaser. It's in Barnes & Nobles or Amazon.com. It's called The Dream Chaser. It lay out my whole journey, step by step, of just how I built. Teaching the what I did, but also the nuggets, the lessons from it. I had to become what I wanted to see. I had to, and that's what you're gonna have to do. That's what you're gonna realize as you're investing in yourself. You're gonna realize that you are unique, that you got a unique brand, and you got a unique calling, and that you are something that the world has never seen before. And you gotta be okay being you. You gotta be okay being you. Let me tell you, when you go on YouTube and you look down the side, right? 90% of them videos, they have a thumbnail. And what I mean by thumbnail is like a graphic design picture that has the words on it, that has, what the video is about, and they making some kind of face. They got something going on in this thumbnail. When you see my video over there, I don't have a thumbnail. I could count on one hand how many of my videos got a thumbnail. You know why? Because I don't want to do a thumbnail because everybody else do a thumbnail. So when you scroll down and it's 10 videos, mine actually going to be the one that stand out because I don't have a thumbnail and everybody else got a thumbnail. So not everybody else look the same. I'm actually going to be the one that stand out. So guess what? That's my blueprint. My courses, it ain't all this whole bunch of stuff. You turn on the video, I'm right to the meat. You ain't all these graphics popping up on the thing because that's going to cost me extra money. But it ain't to get them graphics because now the editing going to take 2 times, 3 times the amount of time. So now I'm paying twice, 3 times the price, but the graphics is inside of the course. So the graphics is not even selling the course. So I'm losing money trying to look special. So I'm getting to the meat and potatoes. Guess what? Tony Gaston Academy has 24,000 students. 24,000 students. These individuals. 24,000 students. And I never once got a complaint about the videos not having content or it being overpriced. Because I said, this is what I'm going to do. So as you investing in yourself, you got to identify what's coming from your heart. How are you going to build your business with your fingerprint on it? See, it take your fingerprint to open the doors of destiny. Your fingerprint. So if you watching and copying everybody else, you just going to blend in. But when you be you, you're going to stand out. Why try to fit in when you was born to stand out? Be you. I was telling my wife, I said, man, I don't feel like I'm giving enough value. I said, it's so much more in me. It's so much more in me, but I'm not giving it. I say, baby, what if I want to do a video every day? She said, then do it. I'm like, but man, won't that look like I'm thirsty? Like, won't that look like I'm desperate? Like, won't that look like I'm too accessible? Like, if you a celebrity and some people see you like a celebrity because you on TV or because you got millions of people online. Ain't you supposed to be kind of inaccessible? Like ain't you supposed to be like, you know, how Jay-Z and Beyonce try not to do social media because they want to be, you know, mystical? And she be like, no, that ain't you. Be you. You ain't trying to be a celebrity. You're a servant. Be you. So I show up every day and I talk for an hour. You know why? Because I could talk for an hour. Because it's in me. Because I want to teach. My dream was to be a teacher, but not in the class teaching you fake history. Teaching you geometry that you're not going to use. Teaching you social studies and all this stuff that you're not going to use in real life. But I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. Because my thing is, if I live and I learn, somebody else who is not walking my exact path won't get the same lesson that I'm getting. I just was thinking this morning. I was sitting down in my quiet time. And I was just thinking, I said, you know what? I'm getting ready to I may have to make another transition to where I got to cut off the corporations and the teams that I work with, because my message may need to go to another level, which may be a little controversial. And I don't want any association or company or team to have to say we got to fire you or to feel awkward because my message, it may be stepping on their toes. Because I might be talking to the institution that they are part of. That just hit me this morning. I don't know when God gonna actually give me the full authorization, but that what may have to happen. So what you're gonna have to realize is that as you investing in you and you identifying your gifts and how you gonna build, you're gonna see that you're different. You're gonna see. So this one thing, I don't ever ask for a refund. I never ask for a refund. That's a scarcity mindset. That's a scarcity mindset. Even if I buy a course and it's not what I hoped it would be, I just paid for a lesson. I just paid to see how I want to do things differently. Just like that. So guess what? When you get different books and courses and you watching these different videos, you're going to say, man, Tony video is an hour long. That's too long. I'm making mine 10 minutes. You're going to do it different. That's what's going to separate us. Guess what? It's some people that only want to watch, that will not watch it, that will not click a video if it's more than 10 minutes. But guess what? There's some people that won't click a video unless it's more than 10 minutes. Because some people need this to commute and they don't want to have to look down while they're driving to change the video. Or the autoplay may be playing to another video they don't want to hear. So if they commute is 45 minutes, 50 minutes, my video, somebody that they done built a rapport with, some trust with, my video going to get them all the way to where they got to go. If they need help going to sleep and they need something in their ear to go into their subconscious to block their thoughts from thinking about all their bills and all of that, guess what? My hour-long video going to be on the same tone, same pace, same voice that I'm going to take them to sleep. It may take them 30 to 45 to sleep, but they subconscious got a good message and they going to sleep. You see what I'm saying? So it's a place for me, even though conventional wisdom says the attention span will never get this long. YouTube have a thing that show you your average view. How many? If you get to 7 minutes, that's YouTube heaven. That's YouTube heaven. Like YouTube considers your video a A+ if you could hold somebody's attention for 7 minutes. Mine is almost up to 30 minutes. So here what I done took and did. I took and went against conventional wisdom to do it my way. And it's working for me. So that's what I want you to understand. Is that when you invest in you, investing in you don't just mean your time and your money. Investing in you mean betting on you. Doing it your way. Doing what makes sense to you. People say, man, Tony, your system outdated. Like, man, you could update this system. You can have funnels. You can have this. You can have auto drip schedule. You can have auto. I don't want to do all that. I'm going to do it this way until I need to change it, until I learn the skills to take it to that next level. Hey, this Tony Gaskin. I ain't mean to talk this long, but I'm passionate about this too. And guess what? YouTube put ads on your videos. The more views you get, the more you possibly can earn. This Saturday, these small business videos, they don't get no views because my lane is love and relationships. So I'm going outside of this to do these. Now I only got so many of these, so I ain't gonna always be able to do these because my well is not as deep in this space as it is in love and relationships. So get these while you can, get them in your system, because one day, 9 out of 10 times, they're gonna go away because I run out of stuff to talk about on here. And make sure if you need more, you can visit TonyGaskinAcademy.com, even if it's just to see how to build your own online course. And if you need help with that, email in support@TonyGaskin.com. If you want to become a life coach on TonyGaskinAcademy.com, make sure you use the coupon code MyMentor. MyMentor. It's just like this now, not the extra part, but the coupon code is MyMentor. It'll give you a nice blessing on the life coaching certification. When you finish the course and you want to get clients, then you could join MyMentor.life as a coach. You need a nice headshot. Even if you take it with your smartphone, put it on portrait mode and let somebody take it to you outside in some greenery, nice tree behind you or something like that, on portrait mode, or use a professional headshot. Write a full bio, even if you got to have somebody write it for you. Write a full bio, and then write 3 blog posts. How to be happy, how to love yourself, how to manage your time. Whatever your coaching categories you chose, write 3 blog posts, and that's going to help you get more clients on MyMentor.life. We have coaches on there who had never done a professional coaching session before, but they have become a certified coach, and they've done more than 10 sessions in a month. So this is real. It's real. We marketing MyMentor.life to tens of thousands of people. And so again, that's also another lesson in purpose, is create something that's going to help somebody else help themselves, and then teach them about how to pay it forward. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. I'll be on live later today on my love and relationship talk. We'll talk soon.